currently halfway through our commute up here to New England, about 3 hours in and 3 hours to go. And the game plan for the rest of the week is gonna be post up in New England, fish, car camp, and just explore a variety of different locations to target a variety of different fish species, both via land and via my kayak back there. So I am super stoked for this trip right here. We are approaching the end of my summer before I head back down to school at Alabama. So I'd really love to get some exotic domestic fishing opportunities accomplished here before my summer's all said and done. So I'm absolutely stoked for this trip up here to see what New England has to offer. And well, let's have ourselves a trip. You. And we've arrived at the first spot of the day. Just made it over here to Rhode Island. And well, today we're gonna be staying very mobile. Just gonna hit this spot here for a little bit. I don't think I have too much time to fish at this spot anyways. So with that being said, it's 10 a.m. right now. Just completed a long, almost 7-hour drive. So let's get rigged up, hit the water, and see if we can't find ourselves a fish here at the first spot of the day. All right, so we made it. I just checked out Google Maps. There is a ton of water to fish over here, like this marina behind me, as well as a surf where I'm gonna venture out. So a lot of real estate to cover over here. There is a 2-hour parking limit, so probably not gonna be fishing here too long, but let's see if we can't get something done. Just rigged up, a little medium light setup here. Let's go give it some casts and see what we can do. All right, so first spot we're making a couple casts at here is this little marina. Looks like it's high tide right now, as tide swings up here in New England are pretty steep, but there could be some fish lurking in here. I actually wasn't gonna fish this spot, but I just saw some kid shooting around in a little skiff making some casts. So now I know people do fish back here. Might as well give it a couple casts, see if we can't get something off the little walkway here before we venture out front. Some bait right there. We're just casting around a little 4-inch Z-Man diesel minnow on a 3/8 ounce jig head. And the theme for today is gonna be fish for whatever bites, whatever we can catch. Back here we could maybe run into some stripers, bluefish, maybe some fluke, same as on the surf, but we're gonna hit a bunch of different spots today. Really fish as much of the daylight as we can, as we have left at least, because it's been a long commute so far today. But we're just gonna explore a bunch of new waters, a bunch of new real estate, and hopefully catch some fish in the process. All right, doesn't look like anybody's lurking around here, at least this part of the day, so let's keep on moving. All right, just took a little bit of a walk back here around to this sandy point. Coming from a South Jersey angle, all of this looks so fishy and so good to fish, but we gotta move pretty fast just because there's so much water to cover and not a whole bunch of time to do it. So gonna fish back here on this backside. Right across the dunes over there is the ocean front where we'll probably fish as well. But for now, let's see if there's anything lurking on the bay side. Again, could find stripers, bluefish, fluke. Some of that Procure on there, boom. So let's give it a couple casts around this harbor so we can't find ourselves a bite. Just keep on moving. And we're fishing a 4,000 size Shimano Stratic on a 7.6 dark matter psychedelic rod. Just kind of my inshore go-to setup that hopefully is gonna get bent sometime later today.
All right, some really small little probably snapper bluefish bites here. So I wonder if there's some bigger fish on the ocean side. Nice that we found some life, but let's see if we can't find something we can actually hook into. Yeah, buddy, look at that. That's a PB of the trip so far. All right, let him swim off strong. There he goes. See you, buddy.
Well, first spot was a bust. Can't really say I'm that upset. It is the middle of summer here, broad daylight, and I was not very confident we were gonna run into any bass or convinced any to bite. So really cool spot to check out though and explore. Off to spot number 2, got about a 30-minute drive, and then we'll move on to fishing a more confident spot for some easier species to hopefully hook up with. So stay tuned. In the meantime, we can enjoy some little meal prep from our offshore trip the other day.
You're on the vet route. Head southeast
So
on
good.
Old Tower Hill Road. In 800 feet, turn left.
All right, here we are, folks. Spot number 2, way different terrain from the last spot we were fishing. This is just a straight rocky cliff, and right behind me there is the Atlantic Ocean. So there is some incredibly deep water, just a couple yards offshore, honestly. And that means there's a lot of potential to catch some really cool fish just right off the rocks right here. So let's get down to the water's edge, make some casts.
All right, folks, so we're still sticking with the medium heavy game plan here. Fishing the same setup we just fished back on the surf over there, but chopped off the little paddle tail and instead threw on this little Nomad Squid Trex here, a phenomenal bait for bottom fishing. I've caught so many different species on this lure here, but because of how deep it is here and the species we're gonna be targeting, this lure hopefully is gonna get us a bunch of bites and should be the most effective way to do so on artificial. So let's just grab ourselves a little of this Procure over here. Just lather this Squid Trex up. There we go. And the species we're looking to target here, black sea bass, porgy, maybe striper, fluke, bluefish if they're around. They're a little less likely, and but you just never know what'll chomp this little plastic lure here. So let's get down to the water's edge over here. This water looks absolutely gorgeous to fish, and I am excited to get a cast out there and see what we can find. So let's hop down the rocks here and see if we can't get ourselves first fish of our New England trip. There's a fish. There we go. Just when I was starting to lose hope. What is that? Oh, it's a nice scup. Nice little porgy there. All right. First fish of the trip, baby. We are on the board. Alrighty, there we go, folks. Our first fish of this New England send, a little palm-sized porgy right there, aka scup. These guys are very good to eat, but this guy's a little small. I'm gonna send him back. I'm not in the mood to keep any fish right now anyway, but nice. Finally got somebody to fall for the Squid Trex. All right, see you, buddy. Ooh. Damn, I was really starting to lose hope here. I just casted around the larger size Squid Trex for a good 30 minutes or so without a bite, then switched up to the smallest squid shrek size I have. I think this is a 1/4 ounce, I want to say, or maybe 1/2 ounce. And didn't have any bites over there either, but I'm slowly making my way to a deeper drop off. As the more I go back that way, the steeper the drop off is, and I'm assuming these fish are gonna be a little bit deeper than I originally thought. So, but there we go, first fish of the New England set, little scup right there. Very nice to know these fish are willing to shoot the squid shreks. Let's keep on casting this guy around and see if we can hook some other fish, maybe some bigger fish or some different species, but I'm just glad I got bit already. Woo! There we go. I had a snag and some fish came out and got it. Oh, look at that. Another little species right there. All right, second fish and second species of the trip is a little tiny tautog right there. Very much undersized. That guy smoked the squid shreks. I'm actually pretty surprised we caught this guy since they're normally crab eaters, but I guess squid was on his menu. Send this little dude back. See you, buddy. Tog have to be 16 inches to keep here, I believe, in Rhode Island. I haven't double checked the regulations just because I'm not really in the mood to keep fish right now, but that guy was way undersized anyways. So second fish, second species here on the squid shreks. I was actually snagged and I was just jigging out of the snag and that guy smoked it. So let's keep on covering some ground, see if we can't find some bigger fish somewhere on this little tiny bait. Is that a fish? Oh my God, dude. This is definitely not the size I was planning on today, but look at the size of that freaking Bergall. That thing is so small, it's barely bigger than the squid he tried to eat. That is nuts. See you, buddy. Wow. They just keep getting smaller. Stoked for getting bit though. That's 3 casts, 3 different species, and our 3 first fish of the trip. Let's see what else the slot machine has to offer us. Just got bit again. They like that slower presentation way more. Earlier I was trying to do these big sweeping jigs that typically has worked for me in the past, but that really has not caught me any fish today. I like that slow retrieve. I guess because I'm fishing off the shore, it's way different. Really slow that bait down, keep it in the strike zone a little bit longer. All right, let's see what else we can pull in here. There's another small fish. Hopefully it's not gonna be one of these days. Just micro after micro. There's a fish. That's a way better fish. Way better fish. Oh, is that a fluke? What? Another species. Oh my gosh. We're slaying them out here today. I didn't even know these guys lived off here. And there we go. Another species for us right there. Little tiny summer flounder. That guy's also going to be short. I think they're 19 inches here as a minimum here in Rhode Island. That guy's probably just maybe 14 or 15. So let's send him back. See you, buddy. It is just a multi-species sleigh fest out here right now. Yeah, another species on this little squid shreks here. Biggest fish today, probably 15-inch fluke. Not a bad fish, but I'm just having a blast with all these species now. That is the 4th species in maybe 20 minutes of fishing this guy. So let's keep on casting. I mean, it's just, this is awesome. This is so much fun. There's a fish. Doesn't feel big at all though. Oh man. Oh, another species for the day. And there we go. Species number 5 off the rocks. That is a little tiny black sea bass. Oh, this multi-species action is actually awesome. There we go. All right, see you, little buddy. Boom. The micro multi-species mission is definitely a success so far. We may have to switch up tactics later to really try to hone in on some bigger fish, but as for now, I'm having a blast with these smaller bites. I know there's some bigger fish down there that'll crush this jig, and honestly, I'm a little worried about that. There's a fish. Feels better there, whatever that is. Maybe it's another tog or small sea bass. I mean, I guess when I'm catching 2-inch fish, that's better. Little micro sea bass. Come on, buddy, where's your 15-inch brother? There's gotta be some big fish down there somewhere. Oh, we're on the drop. That guy feels heavier too. Feels like a fluke, actually. That could totally be a flounder. Or another sea biscuit. Oh, that guy's maybe an inch bigger than the last one. All right, we're upgrading here though. Little 6-inch sea bass there. See you, buddy. All right, so folks, it's been pretty fun so far throwing around those little squid tricks here. Got a ton of bites, but every fish has been pretty small. Nothing has been legal size or keeper size. So I know this habitat over here definitely has potential for some bigger fish. So I think we're gonna switch up from the artificial over here. I actually just saw some little Asian crabs right down in this crevice over here, just crawling around the rocks. So the new plan is gonna be to see if we can't forage up some crabs right here, fish some actual bait, and hone in on some larger fish. So that being said, let's start flipping rocks, see if we can't find ourselves some bait here. Still got a couple hours of daylight left, and it's been a pretty fun day so far. But let's see if we can't get ourselves some bigger bites. So the tide was much lower when I got here earlier, so I probably would have had better shot getting crabs then, but there'd definitely be some crabs underneath these rocks here, especially these larger ones. There's a little guy. Oh yeah, a bunch of little crabs. Really tiny little crab right there, but there should be some bigger ones around too. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them. All small guys though. A crab's a crab. Oh, there's a good one there. There's a nice one. Oh no, come back. Got him. Oh yeah, a bunch of little guys in here. These guys are perfect bait. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Nice crab right there. Ow. Yep. Ooh. Oh, big one there. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. Oh, come back. Oh yeah. Come on. Good one right there, baby. That's the size we're looking for. Cool spot, but no crabs. That is a gnarly overhang though. All right, so we were able to forage ourselves maybe a dozen or so little Asian crabs in here. Not a whole bunch, but enough that we should be able to catch ourselves a couple fish. So I just chopped off the squid tracks and instead tied on this little 1/2 ounce tog jig right there. And this is really simple fishing. We're just gonna take our little Asian crab and then just slide that hook right behind his back leg out the top of his shell, just like that. So got ourselves a lively little crab. Just gonna pitch him off the structure the same way I was fishing that squid tracks earlier, except this time we're hoping to hook into some bigger fish, and really love to get some big tog, big sea bass. Porgies love these little guys too, so let's drop down, See if we can't find ourselves some fish. We just got bit already, yeah. There we go. Oh, that was a good fish there. There we go. Good fish. That's a tog there. Oh, it's a sea bass. Nice sea bass for land. That guy might actually keep. Let's give him a quick measure. He might go keeper. Let's see here. I think they gotta be 15 inches here in Rhode Island. So that's what's been down there eating me up, not tog. That guy will go 0. It's gonna go like 14-ish, 14 inches. Let me double check those regs real quick. Rhode Island sea bass regulation. 16.5 inches. What? All right, so in New Jersey, this fish is 1.5 inches over the legal minimum. Here in Rhode Island, this fish is 2 inches short. That just goes to show how these fish are up here, but that is a beautiful, beautiful specimen of a sea bass. So all right, I guess we'll send this guy back. Really thought this guy was gonna be dinner, but there he goes. See you, buddy. And now we're down to our last little microscopic Asian crab right there. I don't even know if this guy's gonna get bit, but he may. So there are bigger fish down there. They just did not want the squid shreks. There we go. Huh. Another one of these little pests. I wonder if a sea bass would eat this guy. Let's switch up the hook there. See if he doesn't get bit. Something's eating that Bergall. There we go. Big fish there on the Bergall. Big fish, dude. What could that be? What is that? No way. Please come up, come up. Come up. What is that? What is that? No way somebody ate that Bergall. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God. You're kidding me. Holy sea bass, bro. Oh my God. That is the biggest sea bass I've ever seen in my life. That is actually insane, bro. Holy freaking God. Dude. 22-inch sea bass? I am actually speechless right now. That is the biggest sea bass I've ever seen, I think, and definitely the biggest I've ever seen land-based. I'm a Southern New Jersey angler, born and raised. We catch sea bass down there, and to catch a keeper, you have to go, I mean, at least 3+ miles offshore. At the very least, South Jersey, you have to go like 10. That is a 22-inch, actually gigantic sea bass from land. I don't know if that's, I just figured something out to catch giant sea bass off land or what. I mean, I'm speechless. I am so shocked I just caught that. I mean, bro, what? I didn't even know what this was. I couldn't even recognize it was a sea bass when I got it. That is a slob. A slob sea bass. On my last crab, I caught a Bergall. I could have left with that one little 14-incher and thought that was a big fish. This is insane. Well, damn, dude, I just fully lost my mind at the size of this fish here. So we're gonna bleed this guy up. He's obviously gonna be dinner. I mean, that is just a gargantuan fish for land-based, for me personally. Whew, again, look at the size of that fish. Mondo sea bass, bro.
Well, a lot has happened in the past couple hours, or at least I should say enough has happened in the past couple hours. So after catching that monster sea bass, I tried for about an hour to catch some more Bergall to use for bait, and I couldn't get a single one on the hook. I was still getting bit, but I couldn't hook them. So I packed it up around sunset, decided I'd do a catch and cook with this sea bass, just to find out I was missing one crucial piece to my cooking setup. So back at my favorite store ever, or at least it seems so. Finally got the piece I was looking for. It's now almost 10 o'clock. I am so tired. It's been a very long day, but we got to make some dinner somehow. So it's time for me to put on the apron and make ourselves a good old-fashioned Walmart parking lot catch and cook. Let's get to it.
So we had a long day today. We're gonna have a very long day tomorrow. So I'm just gonna try to make this catch and cook as simple as possible. Just gonna fillet the sea bass. These are actually one of my favorite saltwater fish to eat. Just a beautiful, firm white meat, and it is just so good. Especially the way I'm gonna cook it today, which is gonna be some beer battered. I do want to give a quick shout out to Toadfish for the fillet knife, as well as this portable cutting board here. Definitely a fan of both of those. There we go, pretty simple fillet job, but just look how beautiful that meat is there. That is going to be so delicious. Boom. And there we are, 2 primo sea bass fillets. Absolutely gorgeous, delicious white meat, and I am so stoked for this catch and cook. And as far as the actual recipe, it's very simple. Just fish, Old Bay, flour, beer, and egg, and we got it. So I'm gonna mix everything up nice in this little container here. First off, we need to give ourselves maybe a cup of flour here. That should do it. Sprinkle in some Old Bay for seasoning. Definitely go heavy on that. And in our cooler here, we picked up a 4-pack of Sip of Sunshine IPA, as well as a dozen eggs. So let's get our eggs out over here. All right, and this recipe only calls for 1 egg, so we'll have plenty left over for breakfast or whatnot. More recipes the next couple days. Now let's whisk that all up over here. We're gonna make this into a little bit of a batter before we put in the beer to really liquefy that. All right. Let's crack open our Sip of Sunshine here. I'm just gonna pour that in until it gets nice and liquidy. We'll set this aside for now while we get our pan out. And this little tiny piece right here, just to connect the propane tank to the stove, cost me about 2 hours of time. But it's all right. We're about to enjoy a nice parking lot, beer battered monster sea bass, so I really cannot complain. Now we are going to be frying this fish, so we're going to be using some vegetable oil here, and we're going to be frying it pretty good, so we're going to put a healthy dose of vegetable oil in that pan. There we go. All right, that'll actually be plenty hot enough, so let's just get our fish and dip it in the batter here. All right, let's give it a flip. Sounds like it's getting nice and crispy in there. Oh, it smells so good. Oh yeah. That's gonna come out just fine. All right, it's been about 3 minutes. That fish should be done already. That is some hot, hot oil. That actually came out very, very nicely. Let that rest for a couple seconds while we get our other fillets all battered up in here. Oh yeah, it came out just beautiful. And in case anyone was worried about me getting salmonella, probably I'm still gonna get it, but I am using wipes here to try to prevent it. All right, sneak a little taste test here while that finishes up cooking. Whoa, look at that sea bass. I mean, that is just such a beautiful fish, even despite me butchering it and making whatever recipe I'm doing over here, or attempting to do. That is phenomenal. That is actually so unbelievably good. Wow. That makes it all worth it, honestly. That is delicious. These guys look about done too. All right, Stowe, you did your job. Good night, buddy. And there we have it, folks. Monster land-based sea bass, beer batter, catch and cook. I'm actually a big fan of this, and it's not just because I spent 4 hours cooking this meal, or the fact that I made it, or you know, anything else besides that. But this, but this is actually so good, and this is a perfect nightcap to the day. As you guys can tell, I am deliriously tired. I went to bed last night around midnight, woke up at 3 o'clock this morning to drive 7 hours, and been fishing the entire day, and I think it's around 11 o'clock now. So it's been a very long day, but there we go. That's what we have at the end of the day right there. A delicious beer batter. Delicious beer battered sea bass, and I'm definitely proud of how this came out. And that's where we're gonna wrap up this video, folks. So day one of the New England Send was definitely a success. Explored a bunch of new waters, grinded throughout the entire day, but caught a bunch of different fish, as well as my personal best sea bass, land-based, boat-based. That is a monster sea bass. A 21.5-inch fish is just an absolute stud, and I am just stoked that I was able to catch that as the last catch of the day. Then did a sloppy catch and cook, but it is almost midnight right now. I got on the road this morning at 3 a.m. and it has been an absolute day. So currently we are headed about another hour out east to the Cape Cod Canal. We're gonna pick up this series tomorrow. So I'll catch you folks then. Hopefully I get myself maybe 3-4 hours of sleep tonight, and then we're back at it. So I'll see you in the morning. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and catch you tomorrow. You.